exciting to be here, and how incredible has this event been? Is everybody enjoying themselves so far? Like, it's been incredible. I think my pen has been going and smoking, so that's not really good for your prism score, is it? So I've been 9 years with New Skin. I sat in your seat 9 years ago, and I totally found a passion for all the things that are here at New Skin. You will find your way. What I found was I absolutely loved opening up that science geek in me, but what I found every time I sat in that seat was when somebody came up and spoke about Nourish the Children, and I'm looking at Venny because I remember Venny being up on the stage with Darren, her husband, one time as well, and all I'd done was cry. And I thought, it's that thing that Catherine said there about feeling, and it's about how it makes you feel, and Nourish the Children absolutely done that for me. So, you've seen some of these videos and things like today. If we go right back to this morning, it feels like a lifetime ago this morning. But this morning, this was the passion that our three founders had, and it was really about giving back. And what I want you to think about is, when you're sitting in that seat, it's not about selling a product, it's not about getting the prism in front of people, although that is how we make money, but how we give back is everything. Absolutely everything in who we are, and we are absolutely motivated by love, and it's one thing that New Skin does really, really well, and every single person in the seats that are climbing up through the ranks here, that's exactly what they do. So there is a child born around the world. Where you are born, the colour of your skin doesn't determine whether you should eat or not. Absolutely not. We know that mothers will walk for a long period of time. They will leave their kids unsupervised, and this is when things can happen that you don't even want to think about. You would never put your children in that position, but they have absolutely no other choice. They have to go and walk to collect water. That water has had animals urinating in it. There's people standing in it. There's other people collecting water for it, and that is what they are taking home to feed their babies and to feed them and keep them alive. We are very lucky, and I hope everyone sitting in the seats know that we get to turn on the tap and we get fresh, clean drinking water, but we want to change that, and this is New Skin's vision. And with Vitamil, it's so much about making sure that children are fed nutritious food that is absolutely going to give them much more than just wee full bellies. There goes my Scottish. But a wee full belly doesn't do it. And when I was younger, I think a lot of people in here would maybe remember Band-Aid. Yeah? And do you remember looking at the television and it was all your Ethiopian children, and they were really, really thin. They had the wee pot bellies because that had just been fed. But that wasn't nutritious for them. New Skin don't do that. New Skin makes sure that we give them everything that their little bodies need to make sure that they thrive, and they thrive amazingly well in life. But hunger impacts lots and lots of things when it comes to a child and a child's development. It's really about making sure that their immune system is as best as we can help them be. We educate them. You heard us talking about that this morning, that they have to go to school to get their hot, nutritious meal. And it's really about the community, and we are part of this community that can make a change. So, the children here aren't children that are starving because of war zones. These are just children that are born in a country that just doesn't have the infrastructure or the money that we have to feed them. So I'm going to play this video, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Together, we started allocating Vitamil, a nutrient-dense food, to Malawi through one of our charity partners. It was through this effort that we learned about this young man. His name is Anderson. Anderson Sakiti was a baby who was found on a roadside, left to die in Malawi about 13 years ago. Anderson's mother had died of AIDS. His father was unable to provide for him. His 12-year-old sister dropped out of school to care for him, but couldn't because the family just did not have enough food to survive themselves and certainly not enough to also to provide for little Anderson, and so he was left on the side of a road, hoping that perhaps somebody would find him. Well, when Anderson arrived at the Tindere orphanage, no one thought that he would survive the night, but he did. He fought, and the orphanage staff worked to bring him back to life. They had nothing to feed him except vitamins.
Nothing kandiseni kali kakang'ono kana alibeso mphamvu kana ali ndi zilonda ndipo pano ndimamukonda mpaka na pano andiseni chifukwa cha vitamin.
And so they did, and he began to grow, and his eyes began to take on new life. His future quickly became brighter. His new orphanage mothers and sisters will tell you that it was a gift of Vitamil from one of you to him that saved his life that night.
Koma andiseni wafika pamenepa chifukwa cha vitamin. Ine kwanga ndikuthokoza kuti ife vana vathu onse akhala ni mphamvu akhala ni health chifukwa vitamin.
Now at age 13, Anderson is thriving. He's attending school, he's earning good grades.
Ndimakonda school kuti ndikhale wanzeru ndikhale wadziwa kuwerenga English, Chizungu, English and Chichewa. Komanso ndimakonda school kuti ndidzakhale pabwino. Komanso mafuna nkadzamaliza school ayi ndidzakhale drive.
Anderson is one of the first children that we helped in Malawi. And I get the privilege to see Anderson every year as I go back to visit the country. He's still there at the Tindere orphanage. And so we get to talk. I've watched him grow. I've watched him become a young man. And I'm impressed with his desire to give back and to care for those around him and to continue to seek a bright future. And so I ask you, could Anderson be one of those world changers? Maybe. You never know. But I do know one thing for sure. You certainly changed his world.
Thank you, New Skin team, for the vitamin. I am going to have. Oti tukunya dirani, Mungu akudalitseni. Isiko.
So I ask you to sit here today and think about what is £22.34 to you? Is it a takeaway? Is it walking downstairs and buying a couple of coffees? Could you actually give that up once a month and at least donate one bag? Save a child's life. Feed 30 children with one bag. I know I have for 9 years. Never ever missed, never will miss. Okay, so really would love for you to really think about that. Ask the person who invited you along today, even if this business is not for you, you can still be part of Nourish the Children and actually save a life and make a difference. And this is just one of the ways that we do it. And we do it through making sure that we give back in those communities, that these communities start to thrive. It's that whole thing about give a man a fish, he'll feed himself for a day, teach a man how to fish, and he'll feed his family for life. So, back in 2002, I was looking back through and I was like, look at all these milestones that we've actually hit. We started it in 2002, we hit 100 million meals. Incredible, incredible. Then we went to 200, then we said 750. You seen this morning? 850 million meals. Give yourself a round of applause. Because do you know what? Every single person who has donated, has got involved in this initiative, don't say donation, Sharon, but if you have contributed to buying or to sharing that with your community and asking them to purchase a bag of Vitamil, you've made a difference. You've made a difference to children's lives. Our goal is to feed 12 million children by 2030. 2030 is what I want you to really, really think about. Can you all please take out your phones for me, please? Take out your phones, go into your alarm, and I would love you to set a timer for 8:30 this evening. 2030 on your phone. Okay, so you're going to be sitting down this evening at the social, and that might be the time when we are getting served dinner. Okay, so have that alarm set. I'll tell you about it in a minute. because what I want you to think about is, look at these 86 beautiful children sitting smiling, looking back. That could be the children that your kids go to school with, that could be the children that runs down the street that you hear playing, having lots of fun. But 86 children around the world, every 15 minutes, are gone. They don't survive. And that's all through malnourishment. Malnourishment, that they don't have the food that they have, that we have the access to. So, your giving really, really helps educate. It's going to help eradicate malnutrition, which we have actually done in Malawi, and it's going to help feed orphans, like you've heard with Andasol as well there. Okay, and again, we have lots and lots of amazing, amazing content from all the leaders that have been to Malawi, and again, just please ask them, because they'll share the stories, they'll share the passion, and they'll help you to get that feeling in your body to really, really give. So, to become an ambassador is super easy. You just need to do 16 bags. 16 bags of Vitamil every single month. That can be personal, that can be a personal link that you send on to a customer, and it can be the people who have joined you frontline in your business as well. So that is the first thing that you really want to be looking at. Again, you can take a quick picture of this. This will give you more information about Vitamil, but it's 95% of who we are.